Hi everybody, thank you for joining me. This is Samantha, and in this video I want to show you how to make rice water. And if this is your first time here, I'm on a natural hair journey, and that is since I chopped off my relaxed hair. I chopped it off on the 18th of November. That date is going to stick in my mind. I'm never going to forget that date. But what happened is I had relaxed my hair and then it just got really damaged. So I chopped it off and now I'm back on a natural hair journey. I have type 4C hair, if that makes any sense to you. And my hair, at the moment, I want to focus on just growing it healthily. I know we like to have length as well. A lot of people will ask, how can I make my hair longer? The most important thing to do is to help your hair grow healthy. And healthy hair is always going to grow. That's a fact. But we can't focus on length if your hair is unhealthy, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so the reason I want to show you how to make rice water is because one, it is something that I've used and found beneficial, and two, because I know there are a lot of people who want to know how to make rice water. The purpose of this video is to show you how easy it is to make rice water. It is not complicated, it is not difficult, and it is very, very cheap. I know there are some people now who are saying they're making rice water and are selling it. Guys, please do not buy those things. Rice water needs to be kept in the fridge, and if it's going to be in a bottle or the shop, then it might have lots of bacteria and fungus in it, and that's going to go into your hair, onto your scalp, and cause lots of problems. So I encourage you to make your own rice water. If you make too much, you can share with a friend or a family member, so you don't need to throw it away. Okay, so rice water, why is it so popular? In the last couple of years, it's become quite widely known by people in the natural hair community, but this is not something new. Rice water has been around for centuries, particularly in Asian women, particularly the Chinese women, and they have used this for a long time, and they are known to have really long hair. Of course, it is not the only thing they do other things to take care of the hair, and you need to remember that, but it is one of the things that they've done, and the hair is long, healthy, and beautiful. So anyway, let's get into the video and how we make it. And what I've done, I've just shown you the ingredients you need to make rice water, so that you know it's very simple. The things you mainly need: rice and water, and I use a glass jar, but if you don't have a glass jar or glass bottle, you can use a plastic one. I'm sure it will work anywhere. Anyway, I brought out these ones, which are essential oils, and it is because I like to add them to my rice water. It is not, necessary. It's not 100% necessary, but I use them. The reason I use them is because, one, when you've made the rice water, if you're going to ferment it, it can start to smell. I know a lot of people will exaggerate and say, oh, it smells like excrement, let's just say. But to be honest, if your excrement smells like the rice water, there's something wrong with you. You need to go see a doctor, because you're not normal. Anyway, it smells like rotten stuff. It's not as bad as rotten eggs, but you can, because it's fermented, so it does smell pretty bad. But that smell is not going to linger in your hair once you've washed it out thoroughly. And that's how I use my rice water, and that's why I'll show you in another video how I use my rice water. But anyway, so the essential oils are going to try and minimize or reduce the smell. They don't take it away completely. You need to remember that. And also, when I use rosemary, peppermint, and lemon, they also help to stimulate the hair follicles in the scalp and increase blood flow to the scalp when I use the rice water, and therefore it will help promote hair growth. Some people don't use essential oils. Some people prefer to peel an orange or a lemon or grapefruit or any other kind of citrus fruit, and then they put the peels, just the peels, in with the rice water. So you can choose what you want to do. So there are three options. You can add nothing, you can add essential oils, or you can add peels of citrus fruit. Right, now if we go on to the basics, this is what you need. And I've just measured things out, just for the sake of quickness. So here's my glass jar. I'm just reusing a coffee jar. I don't throw away these jars. I believe in reusing. I'm not into wasting things. And then it's rice. And the reason I've not shown you the type of rice is because I don't think it is necessarily a type of rice. Any rice will do. Some people say white rice versus brown rice. That's entirely up to you. Brown rice, because it's not been processed as much as white rice, it'll probably contain a lot more protein. So if your hair is protein sensitive, then it might be better for you to use the white rice. So this is the rice, this is it, and it's just come straight out of the packet. And then what I'll do, I'll just put some water in a bowl, and then what you want to do is just wash the rice. And that's because you know yourself, when you're cooking rice, it tends to can have dirt in it or debris, and you really want to take away all those nasty things. So as you can see, I'm just washing it. Very simple. And what I'll do now is just get rid of the water. I'm going to go away from the camera. Okay, so I've rinsed it, it's nice and clean, and then all you do is just put it into the jar. Okay, so I haven't put anything in there yet, so it's just the rice going in. So I use a 1/4 cup because it's enough for my needs. I don't keep any unused rice water, so I like to make enough to use on the day. And there we go. So that's it, clean rice in the jar. And then I've used a 1/4 cup, so these are the measurements I use. You don't have to stick with them, but if you don't know how to make it, then you might want to follow my recipe, if you call it that. And then I just put the water in. So pour the water, 2 glasses. If your jar is not as big as that, then you can just use less. So anyway, this is essentially it. I'm just gonna take a spoon, just stir it out a little bit, and then I'm going to add the essential oils. So I'm gonna add rosemary, and for this kind of jar, which is about 500 mils or so, or just about. Anyway, I'm just gonna add about 10 of these drops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I'm going to add the peppermint essential oil. Some people I know they prefer to add 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sorry, I was just counting them. Some people prefer to add tea tree oil, which is good as an antibacterial and also stimulates the scalp for blood circulation and improves hair circulation to the hair follicles. And then I like to add lemon as well, lemon essential oils, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, just because it makes it smell nicer. And then just going to stir that around just to mix the water with the essential oils. And then essentially this is it. All you do now is just cover that very firmly. Some people prefer something with a mason jar in case it ferments and then it pops open, but for me this works as long as you can keep it open, keep it closed, sorry, with a nice seal. I'm just going to wipe that water away. And this is it. So now what you do is now you put this into a dark cupboard and you just leave it. So some people prefer to leave it overnight for just 24 hours or 48 hours. I think it's more effective from 48 to 72 hours. Before then, I don't think all the vitamins and the protein will have come out into the water, so it's not going to be as effective. But if your hair is very protein sensitive, then you may want to leave it for less, so it's not going to smell as much. A lot of people prefer to leave it for a week, there have been some reports that people leave it for a month. To me, that's just too much, too long. It's going to stink like hell, and there's going to be so much growth in there of bacteria and fungus that I wouldn't want that on my scalp. It will cause lots of problems and infections. So I usually leave mine for 5 to 7 days. I do check on it, and then if I think, oh, I think it's getting a bit too much, because what will happen, you'll see little bubbles at the top, which just shows that it's fermenting. And then if I want to stop the process, if it's not time for me to wash my hair, if it's not my wash day, then I just put it in the fridge. But before you do that, keep it in a dark cupboard so that it's away from sunlight, and then it will ferment and you have your beautiful rice water to use. So in the next video, I'll show you what I do. So I'm going to keep this for a week. And I'll show you how I use my rice water. But I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you found it useful. If you've used rice water before, let me know what you thought about it. I know some people have had lots of success with it, and some people have had lots of I guess damage with it, and I think it's just depends on how sensitive your hair is to protein and also how you use it. I think far too many people are using it on a daily basis, and that is far too much. There's too much protein for your hair, and then they experience breakage, dryness, and excess shedding, and even baldness. So you really don't want any of that. So I would recommend that you not use it for more than, more often than once a month. Once a month is the minimum. If you can stretch it to 6 weeks, then even better. Anyway, thanks for joining me. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and also like the video, give it a thumbs up, and also comment and share with people who would benefit from this kind of information. Anyone who wants to know how to prepare rice water, please show them the video. Thank you very much. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.